Okay, Seattle Show Gal here with Ryan Lewis.
Hello.
¿Cómo estás?
Bien, ¿y tú?
Oh, estoy bien, gracias.
One too many in the project house. One too many
Okay.
in the street.
Other than necesito practicar.
Oh, indeed. So how are you doing, Ryan Lewis?
I'm good. I'm good. At the moment, I'm sort of at the tail end of my second coffee for the day. So I'm sort of on that downward slope. But I'm doing well in general. Today has been a great day.
Yeah?
How are you?
I am excellent. I had the pleasure today of seeing this lovely video you put out.
Yes.
And it was so moving that I had to have you here right now.
The apartment.
It's, well, this location undisclosed.
Okay, edit that out.
It could be anywhere. It could be your mama house.
We're at Sony BMG Studios here in Hollywood.
And well, anyway, yes, I just saw your thing you put out today. It's called Fake Empire.
Yes.
And it was just phenomenal, you know, such that I had to get to you up close and personal and on SSG. For those who haven't seen it yet, who this could be their first exposure to it, what's the background story? It looks as if it's called Fake Empire.
It's called Fake Empire, which wasn't my idea. And in the spring, I was in South Africa for 3 months, and that's where I actually attempted to start doing my thesis, but it didn't come together. I was going to have to do it when I got back to Seattle. But in South Africa, I was living in Cape Town for 3 months. South Africa is a place that, I mean, as a lot of people know, has a really weird balance between very modern metropolitan, like downtown Cape Town, for instance, a city much, well, not much, but a bit bigger than Seattle, has a downtown that looks pretty comparable to Seattle's. It's very developed, but you know, 20 minutes from there are just like shacks and you know, the remnants of apartheid and townships, and it's a really interesting place to be. But for me, having been there and like having, you know, my thesis in mind for what was I going to do, I was looking at their hip-hop scene in comparison to Seattle's and the hip-hop scene that I was used to, and I noticed that theirs was really different. Well, it had similarities and differences, but they're in a place where the internet just isn't as accessible of a resource. It's not like it's not there, but you pay by the megabyte. It's way more expensive than it is here, and a big reason is they just don't have the infrastructure like the States does to just pop cable internet right up, like all the phone lines in place and everything. So the idea of just like, you know, I mean, you can drive down the Ave here in the U District and you can just pick up Wi-Fi left and right, and you really don't have to pay for internet. If you're going to go to the coffee shop, you can get free internet. So as an artist here, which I've experienced, we can take full advantage of social networks and resources and sort of platforms for free online promotion. And that to me has really shifted the music industry away from relying on record deals and stuff like that, and sort of making it and being able to have access to reach fans. I think people can do that themselves now. As we become participants and buy into social networks and other things that cater towards them, and spend our time on Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, we're under the illusion that our community is expanding, that we're being more social. And my argument is that while we learn little bits of information about a much wider variety of people, we're ultimately depriving ourselves of time in the real world, naturally communicating with our actual close group of people. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I totally got that from your video.
So I've gotten a lot of random feedback. I mean, the biggest sort of couple being like, you know, is this just like a anti-corporate sort of like get off all social networking things? And then the second being like, you know, well, isn't this ironic? Does he realize that like YouTube is the platform on which he's spreading his video? It's very much questioning YouTube. Does he realize this?
You're being ironical.
Yeah. I have like, done a little bit of like thinking about it. And my agenda, my goal is not to be like, everybody get off of social networks, get off of MySpace, Facebook, Twitter, like these are bad things, because I'm not going to, and that's unrealistic. And furthermore, like these things have huge pros. Like a lot of the people involved in making the Fake Empire production, like I wouldn't have met had I not joined in some capacity some of these networks. So that's not my goal at all. My goal was more to say, like, for one, let's stop for a second and realize where we're actually at. And for two, I think we have a bit of a choice. I think that you can become a strong participant and spend a great deal of your time instant messaging and I don't want to say stalking, but like, you know, investigating all these relationships that are either anonymous or like, you know, are old and catching up. Or you can use social networks as sort of a catalyst or a way to coordinate actual natural relationships.
Yeah, there can be a balance.
There can be a balance, absolutely.
You know, get out there, shake hands, you know, give somebody a hug.
Exactly.
Hug me. No, it's beautiful.
Exactly.
I like that quite a bit. How'd you get Macklemore involved in this project?
Oh, wow.
Which is ironic because of his recent thing that he did of like no social networking for 10 days and running off into the woods.
He just went and meditated, silent meditation for 10 days in some discreet place in Washington. Which isn't the first time he's done it, this is the second, and it's, wow, like I just talk way too much to even imagine doing that. So props to him.
Same here.
He just got back like 2 days ago. Ben and Macklemore, have been friends since probably 2005 or 2006. And we met originally when he wanted to get a beat, and then I tried convincing him to let me take pictures for his thing. Yeah, it's been you know, a while. So we decided to collaborate in a bigger capacity. So he was up for it. I think he felt
it was
the idea.
beautiful. It was so just gorgeous.
Thank you.
No, so yeah, your collaboration together was just perfect, and you portrayed it perfectly. And
He's a good actor.
yeah, sure.
I was telling him that like that he should actually pursue that in some type of.
I wouldn't be surprised if he like made some smash into acting, and I wouldn't be surprised.
He was up for rap game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, do both.
He's a talented guy.
Indeed. So I look forward to seeing that coming out. Versus coming out November 6th.
6 is the Symmetry.
Symmetry.
Which should be coming out both as a CD and digitally.
Yeah, well, Seattle definitely is waiting on bated breath for that. It's good stuff. And thank you again for, you know, that gorgeous, amazing project.
Appreciate it.
And thanks for coming to this undisclosed location.
Sony BMG Studio.
For this up close and personal with Seattle Showgirl. All right,
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye.
Holler.